Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again, and I'm here to bring you part 2 of my Mi 11 Ultra first look. And we're gonna do this a bit differently, guys. This is gonna be one take, and so there may be some, mistakes in here and there. So imagine this like a live stream, but it's not live. And I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my impressions of this phone, the Mi 11 Ultra, which, what can I say? I mean, I cannot stop taking photos with this phone, guys. This thing is just insane. This thing is a camera king, and I can already tell. And good Lord, I got so many thoughts, so many things in my mind. But let's try to structure this up. So initially, we're just gonna talk about the phone, kind of continue the first impressions of the Street Tech first look. Then I want to compare it here to the Mi 11 Ultra, just initially looking at these two phones side by side and how they compare. Then I want to jump in a little bit to this rear display, which you should double tap, there you go, and turn on, and show you some of the features of that. And then camera, guys. I've been outside taking photos, mostly evening shots, because I just got this evening, and I want to share those camera samples and the video samples with you guys. And then we're going to wrap up with some Genshin Impact on this Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra. It's quite a bit to get through here, but hopefully we can get through it. So let's get started. Okay, so here we go with part 1, continuing the impressions, and now in good lighting. Just look at this thing, guys. This thing is, my gosh, what a beauty. What a beauty. And a lot of you guys are saying, oh, should I get the white version? I don't know, man. This kind of black version, it's not really black. It's kind of like this onyx gray color. It is stunning, guys. I mean, geez, it is just absolutely stunning. And it's kind of like a slightly thicker Mi 11, but the display is looking just absolutely beautiful. And I just connected to my Wi-Fi here, but let's kind of go through a few things that now I can show you. I just downloaded DRM info, so you can see here, L1, baby. It's an L1 party on this phone. That means you'll have HD Netflix. But yeah, there's a bit of bloat, of course, from a lot of the China apps. You can remove that. This is the China variant, guys. I do have the global variant that is being shipped to me. Hopefully it will arrive soon. And then this one, we'll see what we do with this one. I don't know. For now, I mean, installing Google Apps, guys, was super easy. In fact, all I had to do was go to the Get Apps, the Mi Store. I got all the Google Apps already. So, I mean, if you're worried about trying to get Google Apps on this phone, don't be. And let me show you the software I'm running here. It is version 12.0.4. But look at this. We have version 12.0.9 ready to update. So we're going to do that update overnight. And I will share in my detailed, 24-hour review coming tomorrow. You'll see the phone using that update, and I'll share that experience, what it's like. But initial impressions, guys, design, display, performance, good Lord, what a beast. What a beast. And I gotta tell you, I showed this to my wife just now, and she's like, the camera module, what the heck is this thing? It is just like, it's almost like a second phone. It's like almost like you have like a, with those little Palm, what was that kind of, that phone company that came out? What was it, like the Palm, where they had that tiny little Palm phone that you could kind of carry as a side phone? It's almost like they glued one of those to the back of this device. That's what it looks like to me. But now let's not waste any time. Oh yeah, oh by the way, you want to see what's in the box here? There's not much, guys. I mean, so the China variant is the one that doesn't include the charger. I think the global might. You have some stuff in here. There's some paperwork. And in there you would have found look at this case. There's the case, and what a thick case it is. But you know what? This phone definitely needs the protection. You have the little plastic this came in. That's it, guys. That's all you get for this very basic unboxing of the Mi 11 Ultra. But now let's not waste any time and get to part 2 here. Mi 11 versus Mi 11 Ultra. What do you think? I'm going to leave this here for 5 seconds, and you tell me, which design do you like more? So which do you prefer? You know what? I will give the Mi 11 some credit. This matte back is very nice. I do like it. But damn. I mean, maybe it's the honeymoon phase, guys, but this thing just looks pristine. It looks amazing. And yes, the camera module, it looks a little bit nuts. I mean, it's, oh my gosh, I I've never seen such big cameras on a phone. I think for some of you, maybe an eyesore. But you see with the black version, it at least kind of blends in a bit better than the white. My worry with the white, guys, is that it's going to look really obvious. You know, maybe that's the point of the white. The white version is so obvious that people are just going to be like, yo, bro, is that the Mi 11 Ultra? You'll be like, yeah, it is. It's like, how'd you know? It's like, because it was white. It's like, because I could tell, bro. I mean, this one is more subtle. So for any of you guys who are into more subtlety, maybe you'd like this a bit better. But I don't know. I don't mind the Mi 11 look still. It looks great. And yeah, man, it's really up to you. And it's a good thing I have a backup iPhone. Shout out to my wifey using her iPhone 12 Pro because my iPhone 12 Pro Max just kicked the bucket. So design-wise, guys, I mean, it's a very unique device with this huge back camera module. But you can see the footprint, at least, of the Mi 11 Ultra is very similar to the Mi 11. And of course, you know, you have a matte versus glossy back, which I prefer on the Mi 11. But anyways, now let's continue on to part 3 here of the video, which is talking about this rear display. And guys, I've been playing around with this rear display a little bit. You might have seen me type rear display here. There we go. And you can go here to the settings of the rear display to make some adjustments. So you see you can use rear display to show items when it's facing up, show notification, contents, double tap to wake. But I want to spend some time here on this section. So it's a rear display theme. And apparently you can do some other stuff here. You can put the always believe. I don't know why I'd want to do that, to be honest. Maybe you want to put a photo. So let's go ahead and put the Frankster's photo here on the rear display. Let's see if this works. I mean, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but you know, let's see if it does. There we go. Applied successfully. We should turn it around. Double tap, and there's the Frankster on the rear display. And it looks really high res, guys. I mean, it looks almost like Mi Smart Band 6 display on the back of this phone, or like a Smart Band 5 display. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same resolution, man. It sure looks like it. Wow. Okay, so that's very interesting, and you can see it slowly fading away, but there you go, man. That's how you can kind of modify this display, and of course you can use it to take photos, and it gives you kind of a mock-up of what that looks like. I'm going to switch back to the clock. Let's go ahead to that, and of course you can adjust color, so we can do, let's do a blue clock, shall we? Double tap. There's the blue clock. Boom. Okay. And of course, I'll be exploring more of the rear display once I have more time with the phone, but it is a very cool feature. And I gotta say, you know, just from initial impressions, what a kind of a party trick to show people like, hey, check out my new phone. Boom. You show them the rear display on your Mi 11 Ultra. Boom. You're a boss, baby. You're a boss. Okay, now we go to part 4 of this pretty in-depth, I would say, part 2 here, first look, and that's camera. So what do we have to talk about with these cameras? We obviously have the main primary GN2 main camera here, but you know what's even more exciting about this phone, guys, is the secondary cameras. And you have dual IMX586 sensors on this phone. Let me just repeat that, dual IMX586. So that means, just think about this. That means that this phone has an ultra-wide and a telephoto that is the same sensor as the Poco F3's main camera. And those are the secondary cameras. That's how big of a beast this thing is. And by the way, if you want to see some random phones next to the Mi 11 Ultra, here's the Mi 11 Ultra next to the Poco X3 Pro. There you go. Take a photo if you like. Here's the Mi 11 Ultra next to the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So you may be considering this one, but there you go. Take a photo if you like. And last but not least, oh yeah, this is the one. The Poco F3 next to the Mi 11 Ultra. And all these phones, guys, they're at a different price point. I'm not going to compare these phones together, but I'll tell you which one I might compare next to it. This bad boy right here, the 12 Pro Max next to the Mi 11 Ultra. Stay tuned for that camera comparison because it's going to be a good one. But beyond that, guys, the cameras on this thing are beastly. It is the highest DxO Mark score camera on the market now. And there you see the camera app. It's pretty similar. We go to video, just show you which video is available. 4K 60 FPS, and you can go 8K 24 FPS on this Mi 11 Ultra. And so have a look at these samples, guys. The evening samples I've taken with this phone are tremendous, and I've even taken some front and rear video. This is about the most extensive first night kind of camera work I've ever done on a phone, so I hope you do enjoy. Frankie Tech, roll 'em. This is rear-facing video on the Mi 11 Ultra, shooting at 4K 30, right here after the first look. Sichu Center up there in the distance. What a beautiful, just gorgeous building. And it is nighttime, guys, so I think stabilization is pretty good, Rick. Despite that, of course, we are in pretty dim lighting, but this thing is still handling like a champ. But hit me up in the comments. And this is front-facing video on the Mi 11 Ultra, shooting in 1080p 30. You can go up to 1080p 60. But once again, you know what I'm gonna say. Xiaomi, 4K on this phone, front video would have been incredible. It's such a bummer because you have 8K rear video on every single camera on the back of this phone, but not on the front. But despite that, looks really good quality. And I got some spotlights, of course, helping me. But hit me up in the comments. What do you think? And there's a little rear-facing video from the Mi 11 Ultra shooting at night. And you know what's nice is that because this viewfinder on the back is so big, I can use this rear video for my front video shots. So, front video is kind of a dead end. It's kind of over with this phone. And I think it might look good. I just looked at a sample. It looks incredible, guys. But stay tuned for part 2. Gonna get home soon and complete that. And it will be up in a couple of hours. Stay tuned for that. And here we go, guys. Loading up Genshin Impact on the Mi 11 Ultra. We are in. Okay, gotta move around here real quick. A little bit of stutter there, but let's go to the graphic settings of the game. Here we go. And let's switch to 60. Let's go to highest. I don't think that Genshin likes going to 60 in this game, man. But now we're there. We're in 60 FPS, highest settings, Genshin Impact. Let's see how this plays. A little bit of a stutter there, but, my initial gameplay so far seems pretty good. Oh, yeah, there we go. Take that. And I always like to fly to see kind of, while it's rendering a lot of the, a lot of the foreground, a lot of the background, how does this phone handle when it's flying? Seems pretty smooth overall right now. And of course we have the CPU, GPU there, 36, 46, 50 FPS. So, I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to try this out a bit more. Of course, this is just an initial gameplay here on the Mi 11 Ultra. And you're not really buying this phone. I mean, yes, you're buying this phone to have an Ultra experience, but I mean, let's face it. Are you buying this phone for the gaming experience? No, you're gonna pick up a Black Shark 4 Pro like the device I just reviewed earlier today on the channel that unfortunately had to sacrifice its life so that I could pick up this Mi 11 Ultra. Now, like I said, just an initial gameplay here, but let's do a little bit of flying. My favorite spot for flying is Mondstadt, and let's go and teleport to that, and we're gonna get some good flying action here on the Mi 11 Ultra in a second. And guys, normally, Normally I'm not hanging out in 28-degree heat. I would normally be outside, you know, chilling with a brewski or a soda water, watching a movie with the AC on. But instead, this room is pretty sweltering, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's do it. Let's jump. And now let's get some flying action. There we go. So you guys can see there's a little bit of stuttering there happening. But you know what's good? Even just a few minutes in, you know, at this point the Poco F3 was dimming its display. It definitely was. And this phone is still as bright as can be, which I'm very happy to see. And it's still pretty cool to the touch as well. And I think Lei Jun was right, man. They might have put a really good cooling system into this Mi 11 Ultra. At this same point in the game, I could barely see the display on the Poco F3. And here we definitely see where we're going and what we're doing. Let's just check the CPU monitor one last time. 28, 48. So it's not taxing it too much. And, you know, I've seen a few stutters here and there. Maybe optimization. Maybe just the fact that, you know, I need to download that big MIUI 12.0.9 update to improve performance. But not bad. I gotta give this, you know, if I had to rate it right now in its current state, it's probably like an 8 out of 10 in terms of Genshin Impact gameplay. Oh, and now the range coming down. But that's it, guys. Just an initial gameplay here, and of course, stay tuned for the full gameplay. We'll check the CPU monitor, do all that stuff in the full gameplay. Whew! Man, what a first look, guys. And what an amazing device. Let me tell you guys, I mean, this is truly an Ultra phone. And of course, the cameras are the real key of this device. And that is why, stay tuned, because, I don't know, maybe hit me up in the comments. What would you rather see on this phone? Because, you know, I do think that detailed reviews or like, you know, in-depth reviews and that kind of stuff, yes, they're important, but you don't want to rush that kind of stuff. And what's the whole point of this phone? It's really the camera. So I'm kind of feeling like I want to do a camera comparison with this phone better. And I want to compare it next to, you know, a device maybe like the Mi 11. And I want to compare it next to maybe a device like the iPhone 12 Pro Max. You know, and the Mi 11 Ultra is obviously a bit more expensive than the Mi 11. But, you know, it's still an important camera system for Xiaomi. And the 12 Pro Max, of course, in my opinion, is still one of the best point-and-shoot systems on the market. So maybe that's a video I will do. But hit me up in the comments. And also let me know what more you'd like to see on this Mi 11 Ultra, this incredible device that I'm just scratching the surface on here. This is just the most in-depth first look I've ever done on day one of a phone. And so I hope you enjoyed it, guys. And hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. But that's it for this one. And let's do the outro here. And if you liked it, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for future updates. Stay tuned, guys. Like I said, we're scratching the surface. And I leave you now with one last just beautiful shot. Let's wipe it down of this Mi 11 Ultra. Oh my God. This camera module! This camera module is too big! I'm like, a part of me is like, okay, calm down, Frankie. The camera module's fine. It's normal. This is the new normal, accept it. But then the other Frankie's like, no, this camera module's too big, damn it. It's like a second phone. Oh man, but if the cameras are that good, man, and I can tell already that they are, then it's totally worth it. But that's it for this one, guys. And this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one. Whew, Ultra, baby. So good. So good.